Finding the next big thing, this is a key to making big gains as an investor. You can try chasing the same multi-billion dollar market cap coins that everyone else is trying to crowd into, right? You can do that. Or get your nose down to the ground, try and find the next big thing before it becomes the next big thing. Before the wider market actually wakes up and goes, wow, this coin's great. I need to buy it now that it's over a $3 or $4 or $5 billion market cap. That's what usually happens. In this video, I'm going to cover off some of the key areas to be watching as an investor, as well as some of the coins in those niches to be watching for potential big gains. My name's Lark, and every day I make videos to help you make money in crypto. So if that is what you want to do, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, smash the thumbs up button, and catch all of my videos. By the way, every week, my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. It is the top investor report in the cryptocurrency market. Now, every single issue contains a trending coin analysis. We do a step-by-step DeFi tutorial. We do a deep dive altcoin report. We have an interview with an industry leader. We look at some of the latest, hottest token sales. We do in-depth technical analysis and much more. It's just scratching the surface. All of that for less than $10 a week, meaning that Wealth Mastery is the most value-packed and most affordable investor report on the market. So there's a link down below in the description. Click on that. You can learn more about Wealth Mastery and become a member today and not miss out on another issue. Okay, so let's talk about what the next big thing in crypto is going to be. Because while many investors are chasing, the big DeFi protocols, the ones that already have done a 200 or 300x, the ones that have market caps of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9 billion, whatever it might be, or blockchains worth billions of dollars. Look, I buy some of those too, right? I diversify my portfolio into that stuff, or people buying Dogecoin, whatever it might be. The real gains for investors are going to come from finding and riding the next big waves before the wider market wakes up to the reality of these hot new coins. Now, the first big area to watch, DeFi on other chains. Obviously, DeFi and Ethereum, still a big thing. Lots of great players like Ramp DeFi that are based on Ethereum. They're going to do really, really big stuff. But right now, DeFi is struggling on Ethereum. The average user, you have to pay so much in gas fees. Unless you're playing with like tens of thousands of dollars, that $500 or more in gas fees to get in and out of like a liquidity pool or a yield farm is crazy. Even Uniswap is ridiculous these days. The average fees over the last week have been like $30 to $50 for a simple swap. And look, let's keep it real. If you need to pay those fees, then you need to pay those fees because some of the best, earliest coins are on Uniswap, right? If you want to get like the really hot new stuff, you got to go over there. You got to just make that deal and pay those fees because Uniswap is the king when it comes to offering access to early stage projects. No other DeFi protocol comes close to what Uniswap is doing right now with that. The returns can far outweigh the gas fees, but the high fees are creating a big opportunity for DeFi on other chains right now. For example, Cosmos SDK-based DeFi is probably one of the most underrated things happening right now in crypto. We have things like Kava and Hard Protocol and Injective Protocol, and some of my favorites we built with Cosmos SDK. We have Binance. Binance is smart chain, right? They have PancakeSwap and they have Venus, and all this stuff has been making really big moves recently. And we have an increasing number of projects like Linear Finance too. They're actually porting over to get into Binance Smart Chains. So they're out there chasing these smaller fees. Now you can use all those DeFi protocols that I just mentioned. You can pay a fraction of the fees that you'll end up paying on Ethereum. So you can be paying pennies to get in and out of a yield farm instead of $50 or $100. Now, they may lack the depth of options and the liquidity that Ethereum-based DeFi does, but they're growing at a good rate. They're constantly improving, and from an investor standpoint, there's a lot of potential there for getting involved early in these projects. Now, if we look at some of the DeFi coming to their chains, like Cardano and Elrond and Polkadot, lots of opportunity again. I'm particularly excited about DeFi coming to Polkadot. Think about this. There is not a single Polkadot DeFi protocol in the top 100 right now. The highest market cap at this point for Polkadot DeFi coins, like $120 million or something for PolkaStarter. The highest market cap DeFi coin on Ethereum, it's around $6 billion, meaning that if any of these new DeFi protocols coming to Polkadot can reach similar levels in the future, it's a 60x gain for the most expensive current Polkadot-based DeFi protocol. What do you think is more likely? Getting a 60x out of a coin with a market cap, at $6 billion, and seeing it going to $360 billion, or getting a coin under $120 million or less and seeing that do a 60x, right? A lot more potential with those low market cap coins. One that I really like on Polkadot right now, Reef Finance. I think it's going to be huge, absolutely interesting DeFi player, so definitely worth checking out. Now, when parachains on Polkadot go live, things are going to get really exciting really quickly for all Polkadot-based DeFi stuff. Until that happens, people aren't paying enough attention to them, so there's opportunity there for you. Now, one other thing that I'm watching, Layer 2 scaling for Ethereum. And actually, the stuff being built at Layer 2, very interesting. Matic, I think, by far and away, is the leader here when it comes to Layer 2 scaling stuff. They have an actual working product and ecosystem, which is being used by lots of people. It's getting noticed by some of the very big players too. For example, they've signed a collaboration deal with Injective Protocol. So that's really cool to see, right? That's great to see those two guys collaborating together. They also have their own native applications and decentralized exchanges, things like QuickSwap, the lending market, EasyFi. So there's a lot of stuff going on over the Matic chain. I think we're going to see a lot of growth for the Matic ecosystem as a useful Layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum-based DeFi. They're even working with big players like MakerDAO and USDC to bring their stablecoins into the Matic ecosystem to allow for payments in DeFi. Matic and the solutions built on it could be a good area to watch. So something to keep an eye out for, those Layer 2 solutions. And of course, the final area for massive gains, token sales, token sales, token sales. I know I keep going on about it, but it's freaking true, man. The number of people actually participating in token sales, still relatively low. Now this week in Wealth Mastery, I'm covering my top tips for how to actually be able to get in to token sales. But one thing is for certain, token sales are making big returns for investors. Just this year, just in 2021, there have probably been a dozen token sales that did a 50x or more. That happened. That's insane. A couple even done 100x. There's been a few dozen that did like 20x or more. Most of the markets are kind of, most of the people in the market, they're not really getting involved in these. They're kind of sleeping on these. They get in much after the sale. They're afraid to get in during the sales, whatever it is. Or maybe they cannot afford to get the required amount of tokens on some of the launchpad platforms like, Paid's Ignition Launchpad or Polkastarter's Launchpad. You can always, of course, just pick these coins up when they list on Uniswap too. And I know the gas fees are crazy, but you pay $40 in gas fees and you make a 10x, and you have $1,000 invested. Well, by my calculations, you made a shit ton of money, right? You could have done that with Paid Network, right? We were talking about that here early on the channel. You could have bought it for like 30 cents, worth like over $4 right now. You just had to get in early, get on Uniswap, pay those fees. Here are a few token sales that I'm watching right now. The first is the Umbrella Network. Now, this is a community-focused Oracle provider, which is expanding the total amount of assets tracked in DeFi. They have all the core stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they also have some of the high market cap but generally underrepresented coins, things like Matic, for example. They also have crypto indexes, crypto options, all these different markets that they're providing for, which is definitely an interesting point of difference. And one of the things that really stands out to me with Umbrella is in a seeming sea of oracles is that Umbrella is actually going to be running at Layer 2. So it's a Layer 2 Oracle solution, meaning that they can provide data that other oracles simply can't, or for prices that other oracles simply can't compete with, which makes it very, very interesting. We don't see this concept coming out. So, a Layer 2 Oracle, that catches my attention. They already have a cool list of partners as well, Linear Finance, Unilend, Hedgeit, and of course, it's going to be a Polkastarter IDO, meaning it should be pretty high hype, right? Things that come on Polkastarter tend to do rather well. Now, we actually mentioned Umbrella last week in Wealth Mastery, so hopefully some of you guys managed to get in on the whitelist. Now that whitelist has been closed at the moment, but if you did miss the whitelist, Umbrella should be listing on Uniswap likely in the next few days. So again, watch out for it. Watch out for the early listing. That can be a big opportunity to get in early on these projects before they end up, moving on to higher prices like what happened with Paid Network. By the way, the whitelist for Dao Ventures, which we covered here on the channel last week and also in the newsletter last week, is now open. So Dao Ventures is a DeFi robo-advisor and automated money manager. It's going to run on Polkadot and on Ethereum. And yes, it's token sale. It's going to be happening on PolkaStart. We're not going to go into any details on it here. I covered a little bit more last week, but go check out the website. But the reason I'm talking about today, the whitelist, it's open. It's only open for about another 24 hours. So if you want to get involved in that token sale, don't mess around. Go over to their social media, go to their website, figure out how to get involved, and actually take action on that, right? Anyway, those are just my 2 Satoshis, guys. What do you think is going to be the next big thing that investors should be watching for big gains? Is it some of the things I mentioned here? Is it, layer 2 scaling solutions? Is it DeFi on other chains? Is it the token sales? Maybe you're watching something else. Maybe it's insurance. Maybe it's NFTs. I'm bullish on those things too, right? Those are also very interesting areas. Anyway, love to hear from you. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.